Welcome to VYAPT Growth Series Season 2, Episode 17. In our growth series today, we have with us Mr. Deepak Acharya, the CEO of Inox India. Hi Deepak, nice to have you in our series.
Pankaj, good morning.
Good morning, Deepak. We'll start with our curiosity, Deepak. We have a lot of things to learn and understand from you. Can you talk a little about the industry you represent and the growth prospect it carries?
Yeah, I represent the industry, which is basically a very niche industry. We are in the business of manufacturing cryogenic equipments, basically for storage, transportation, and vaporization. So this industry is very, I rightly said, I said it's a niche industry. There are very few people in the manufacturing in this sector because it has got a various specializations which are required. Basically, in the field of welding and insulation technology, the support technology, the knowledge of cryogenics. So that is a very few people really can understand this technology in a bigger way. And I mean, the industry is growing very rapidly. As you rightly, perhaps if you have gone through a book by Dr. Abdul Kalam in India 2020, so he has listed few technologies which are going to come up in future, and cryogenic engineering and technology was listed the third in the priority list. So I think the things are coming to that shape, and whatever he has written 10 years before, it is coming to a reality nowadays. So this industry is growing at the rate of around 8 to 10% CAGR every year, and there are many avenues in this industry. So a lot of people want to enter into this industry now. The healthcare sector, the aerospace sector, the defense, the steel plants, and so many applications are there for cryogenics nowadays. So things are improving, and the industry is seeing a better challenges in coming future, and lots of more opportunities for cryogenic industry to come.
Wonderful. So, Deepak, you talked about the cryogenic engines. We have only heard about them in rockets and otherwise. So, you have guided us in a better way. Can you also talk about that? How is this industry working towards a sustainable future, and what are the growth prospect it carries? You talked about 8 to 10% is CAGR
Yeah,
by which it's going to grow. But
yeah.
do you think that in coming years, as a general person or a common man is talking more about cryogenic engines and people are more aware about these kind of things, is going to grow also as a part of one of the most favorable destinations or one of the most favorable areas in which people would like to work in future?
Yeah, on sustainability part, we are taking a lot of initiatives. As you know, the government is pushing for pollution control, especially through vehicles and other things. And LNG is playing a very vital role. Government has declared almost 1,000 stations for LCNG and LNG fueling stations all over India. Especially these stations will be placed on the national highway from Delhi to Mumbai corridor, DMIC corridor they call it. And the work has already begun for this. So almost 50 stations have initially been allocated, and people are working. And Inox India is proud that we have got a major chunk into this business, and we have full product range, right from the storage tank till the dispenser requirement. And our engineering team has really worked very hard to see that how we can develop such a products which are basically required to reduce the pollution, especially the SOx and NOx level, which are very important nowadays. Besides this, as you know, there is a buzzword on hydrogen getting picked up in the market, and I'm very happy to tell you that we have been working for on hydrogen storage equipments right back in 1999. We have supplied the first hydrogen transport equipment to the Space Department (ISRO), and recently we have supplied to again to Korean government in Dusan refinery there. So hydrogen is another area which is really grow a big way, and as you know, the hydrogen fuel cells and hydrogen equipments are more and more getting popular, especially the green hydrogen part of it. And Inox India is committed to provide all such equipments the industry required, And whatever the challenges are faced by the industry as such, and the pollution norms, how we can better control. We have even developed fuel tanks for heavy duty trucks and buses, where you can use this LNG fuel tank for storage of LNG, and it can be then converted into gas. And the vehicles can work on this LNG, which is again going to less pollutant fuels like diesel or petrol can be avoided. So the things are moving very fast, and we are working towards the sustainable future. And whatever the help Inox India can do, decide upon the new products, the new range of equipments. Even yesterday, there was a news that the railway is going to try with hydrogen as a fuel, and the ministry is very bullish about it. And we'll be certainly trying to work on such new projects, which are of really great milestone and benchmark for India. Thank you.
Obviously, Deepak, we understand that the hydrogen is future, and
Yeah.
so every industry would like to work around it so that we are able to provide that sustainable future for our
Yes.
young generations. Now, when you look about when you look at the kind of industry in which you operate, you rightly said that you fulfill the needs of the industry in many ways, and engineering is very core to the industry, in which you work.
Yeah.
What are the innovations, the industry is working on? Because we would be keen to understand the
Yeah.
innovations
So
from
yeah.
LNG you talked about, and cryogenic engines. Can you give some light around it, please?
See, basically, we work in three main areas. One is we call as industrial gas, second is LNG vertical, and third is a cryoscientific area. So, cryoscientific area is a very specialized equipments we are manufacturing. Way back in 1999, we have supplied special type of liquid nitrogen bullets for the Big Bang theory in Geneva, where they are doing the particle acceleration and studying the particle physics research they are
Mhm.
doing. So these liquid nitrogen tanks were used for cooling the superconducting the magnets.
Mhm.
Okay, so this was the first experiment what we did in 1999. It is still going on very successfully, and a lot of information is generated on the particles which are getting bombarded and fragmented further. So like protons, neutrons, electrons, and what is going to happen if they are bombarded and fragmented further, and what are the properties? How does it really help us for the mankind? That study is going on, and we were happy that we were the part of it. Similarly, from 1999 to 2004, we have worked on the second launch pad, where it was the first indigenously developed launch pad for the Space Department at Shar Center. And it was a real challenge for us because the whole technology was new to us. The things were of different magnitude at all. And but we got very good support from the Space Department scientists, and we could complete this project within a span of 4 5 years. And I'm happy to tell you that today whatever launches you are seeing are through the second launch pad. The first launch pad was constructed by Russians, and somehow whenever there was a launch, they have to call almost like 50 60 Russian engineers. So it was a cost to the government, and always we have depending on them. But this second launch pad initiatives taken by the government, supported by Inox India and the ISRO, has really proved to be a great asset for the country. And today, what we are seeing the launches is all happening from the second launch pad. The third
Wonderful.
important thing, we have recently completed a mega, I can say 6.5 meter diameter thermo vacuum chamber, where the satellites are tested for the space condition on Earth. That means whatever the temperature, humidity, pressure is there on the in the space, the same is simulated in this chamber. The GSAT 29 payloads, which was as high as 3.5 tons, were tested at SAC Ahmedabad, and Inox India has built that thermo vacuum chamber. This was again one of its kind and very prestigious project for us. Recently, we have been also working with ITER organization, where thermal, nuclear, and fusion reactions are taking place in the for this project. This is a very big project, Almost 12 countries are participating, and we were happy that Inox India was one of the technical and commercially approved vendor for that project. And we have supplied helium cryolines for the entire project, and the project is almost on the verge of completion. It will take another 2 to 3 years. This will be a mega project in nuclear science, and many such incidences. We are also working on MRI magnets, and so that whatever the MRI machines in India are available can be substituted by Indian components. So a lot of such research work we are doing. We have very good pool of experts who are very good in the engineering and cryogenic engineering, the thermal engineering, the welding science, and whatnot. And this all requires a very good teamwork, and we are confident that whatever the new challenges are coming up for development of such products, we are ready for it. We have been working for space department for last 30 years. So whatever new challenges are thrown by the government and by the industry as such for on cryogenics, we can really take on those things. Thank you so much.
Deepak, you rightly said space is one such area which has been very fascinating. But in the era of information is now, we are getting a lot of information around it, so that everybody is getting some kind of wisdom and knowledge around this space and the kind of technology it has. Do you think that this kind of a setup is also creating employment opportunities for younger generation?
Yeah, certainly. See, if you see the space department and the cryogenics as such, like
Hmm.
we worked a lot on during the COVID situation, where a lot of tanks were to be installed at the hospitals. So this is a big industry as such. You can see we have supplied more than 800 tanks to the hospitals. So a lot of supply of these liquids, use of these tankages, the pipeline system inside, and operation of this system has created a very good amount of jobs in the industry. Secondly, government of India is putting a lot of pressure for the startups. So many startups have started in the space area as well. So you will see a lot of in Bangalore and Gujarat, in Ahmedabad. There are many. They have government has provided space to the startup companies who can build small satellites, or they can work on the small projects. So tremendous amount of interest is generated in the young minds, and people are now catching up, and this technology is providing them a lot of initiatives to get more and more jobs. Many industries are also coming up for the variety of requirements in the cryogenic industry. So industries are also coming up in a big way, and plenty of opportunities are available. Only you should have the will to do that work with a sort of a zeal, so that you can get success, because it's not a simple process. It's a complicated, and it requires a lot of knowledge. So that has to be generated, and we are happy that we are providing such type of platform to the students which are coming to our industry as such. We provide a lot of do conduct seminars and other things for them to understand what is cryogenics, how they can support the industry. So all such efforts of ours and the government as such is really helping us to create a lot of new potentials, new job opportunities in the market in cryogenic industry.
That's really wonderful to know about cryogenic engines and the kind of innovations happening, and a lot of support which has been given to the employment opportunities, primarily for people who are younger and would like to have that kind of a career in coming future. We move on to our rapid fire round,
Yeah.
and in rapid fire round we'll have a total of 10 questions, and you can answer those questions in one word or a maximum of a sentence.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll move ahead with our rapid fire fire questions now. Are you
Sure.
ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so my first question is, what do you like most, summer or winter?
I prefer winter because in summer always you'll find some difficulties. Working together is a problem. So winter is a better place, and though we don't have such a severe winters in Gujarat, but the atmosphere, the temperature is very energetic and very enthusiastic. It starts from the Garba initiatives in Gujarat now. So that's a big 9-day festival over here, and it starts from that. So I prefer winters.
Who's your inspiration and why?
Uh, my inspiration is Dr. Abdul Kalam, who was the president and a great scientist, and he was very down to earth personality. So I really appreciate the work which he has done for the defense and the aerospace sector. And I had opportunity to meet him once again in my during my business or professional discussions. So I really appreciate the work he has done, and he has helped the industry and the young generation to enter into this field. I think he was a top personality in my life.
Wonderful. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Right from the beginning, as I told you, that I always tried to work with something different, not the routine one. When I took a welding course in the IIT Roorkee, it was something hatke tha. I mean, nobody was really thinking that to start a career in welding. But I thought that this is area where very few have really dared to enter, and I tried that, and I got a success. But whatever you study, sincerity, hard work, and flexibility in your approach, this really pays a lot. So I mean, if you move in something unconventional path, you always have trouble, but you get a success which is much faster as compared to a normal routine path that you follow.
Wonderful. I move on to the next one. One word, sunrise or sunset?
Definitely sunrise. That is the area where you get a lot of energy, and your day starts with sunrise. And you always see great things when you start early in the morning. And again, I can tell the young guys to get up early in the morning, because there is a tendency nowadays to stay night 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and get late in the morning. But if you get early in the morning, maybe 6 o'clock, I don't say 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, but even if you get at 6 o'clock, you get a lot of energy, and that is a source of inspiration for the day.
What's the first thing you notice about someone when you meet them?
I always see how he is good at whatever he is, and I always see what are his positive thoughts, his attitude towards the work, and definitely the personality. So these are the two, three things I will definitely look at.
Okay. The next one, what is success for you? One sentence.
Success is, I can say, we can always dream big and act smarter.
Wonderful. Uh, your favorite TV show?
Yeah, my favorite TV show is Kapil Sharma's show, because whenever I go little tired and all that, I really see his previous episodes also. They are very, you can say, relaxing, and it makes your life little more easy from the tiring day. So I love those shows, Kapil Sharma.
What What is the most played song on your phone?
Um I don't have much such, but I like the song Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna.
Wonderful. Your favorite strategist?
None other than Mr. Narendra Modi. I mean, I've been witnessing for last 20 years in Gujarat the way in which he has worked and how he has transformed the country now. and our relationship with other countries. He is a superman. I had in few of the occasions I met him personally also. So he is very charming, encouraging personality, and down to earth personality, and understand the problem very fast and can find solutions to it. I think he is a great man.
That's wonderful. Now the last one what we have is, do you prefer social time or me time?
I always love social time because I also associate with many of the organizations. I am also the president of Indian Institute of Welding, India. So working together and mingling with the people is always you get lot of knowledge rather than getting confined yourself to one room or one place or even social media. I prefer meeting people, understanding their difficulties, finding out solutions, getting lot of knowledge. Because once you mingle with people, you get lot of information and how you can strategize yourself for the future or such things can be taken care in better way.
That was 10 on 10, Deepak, in this rapid fire round. And you were kind enough to go beyond just a sentence or a word to explain each and everything. That talks about your humility and the kind of grounded personality you are. Uh, Now we have our last curiosity to do with is more about you as a person. What memorable lessons did you learn from your mentors, and how it has impacted your leadership style?
Yeah, I grew up in Orange City, Nagpur, which is the central place of India. And rightly, I told you, I graduated from mechanical engineering from NIT Nagpur, and then I took welding as career, masters in welding technology. So it was my father who always said, "You please follow a path which is very few have really tried so far." And this course in welding technology was really that time a very niche course. Only two colleges were offering, Chennai and Roorkee. So I selected. So it was his vision that we must, if you want to rise at the top, you must follow something differently, and that is how I chose this field. And there are many people who have really, my boss at my Hero Honda factory, my boss at Inox India has really helped me to uh, understand the various phases of manufacturing, the business development. And I joined as a manager welding technology in 1992 in Inox India, and after 30 years or so, I worked in various departments. So everything has really given me a lot of knowledge. The only one thing is which is required, you have open mind and ability to learn fast. If these two things are available in your life, I think you can do wonders. And whatever the guidance available with your bosses or with your mentors, that is always available. You have to take it from them. I mean, in industry, nobody has time to really understand your difficulties, and nobody has time to pat you. You have to be a self motivator. If that is there, then sky is the limit.
So, Deepak, you rightly said sky is the limit as you learn and grow along the way and reach the destination where you want. I think in our previous conversations, you also talked about that it is the journey which matters the most, because we have to be very
Yeah.
lively, very enthusiastic about the journey which we are taking, and hence we'll reach to our destination. Thank you so much, Deepak, for this wisdom-filled session, and you have been wonderful sharing the thoughts. Many things. I'm sure our viewers may not be knowing it, and the kind of knowledge which you have shared with us. For the cryogenic engines as well as for the space technology, I think this is going to go a long way. Thank you so much, Deepak, for being a part of VYAPT Growth Series.
Thank you, Pankaj. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Bye.